From Los Angeles, California, we are the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Ho, 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 boys and girls! My name is SantaCraft, and welcome back to a snowy edition of Mad Scientist Party Hour. Geoff Clark is off somewhere being naughty. But we are joined by a man who is transmitting to us from inside of a snowman. That's the frosty, booger-eating bandit known as Shuddy Boy Hoy Hoy.
Yo, rah, rah.
Yeah, Geoff had a late call cancellation. He is on death's door apparently.
Very unlike Geoff. Geoff is. We were just talking that there's a show that goes up without one of us, it's mostly me. There have been a couple without you, but Geoff has been the constant for quite a while. I wonder how many consecutive shows it's been since the last time we've done one without Geoff. That should be in the Puminati record book, I think.
Oh, the Pooh World Records?
Yeah, the Pooh World Records. Continuous streak of being on the show.
Yeah, I mean, Geoff definitely probably broke a high score, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he has definitely been, had, sounds mean to say it this way, but he's had less going on, so he hasn't had to miss episodes, and anything that he has had going on, we could schedule around.
Well, yeah, let's say Geoff just has more flexible things going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or it's easier for us to be flexible with what he has going on.
Yeah, and, Geoff has powered through and done the show sick before.
When he said he was throwing up, I was really excited. I was really excited that we might get to
dare you
hear that live again, because it's just normally other people throwing up is gross, but the violence that he does it makes it hard not to find hysterical.
Yeah, it's a buzzword that I actually wanted to talk about today that has been in headlines recently. Scromiting is a good way to describe what Geoff does when he's sick.
I have never heard that phrase before.
So scromiting, a lot of people I've seen have a theory that alcohol sales are way, way, way down. And from what I hear, the younger generation is not really drinking that much. I guess they try to be a little bit healthier, and they're aware of the damage that alcohol does, and I guess it also is, if you drink a lot of beer, you're going to get a beer belly. It's one of those things like soda and alcohol are things to cut out if you want to lose weight quick. So anytime alcohol sales slump, they have to attack cannabis. And supposedly people think that this is the alcohol industry's doing, because they're now saying that ERs are flooded with people that are developing a cannabis syndrome called scromiting, which is intense screaming and uncontrollable vomiting, which I can only imagine somebody listened to this show, heard the last time Geoff was sick on it, heard him scromiting, and they're like, this guy smokes weed. Let's use this as a plant to destroy the cannabis industry.
You think Geoff is the cause of the scromiting?
Yeah, let's text him and
hysteria?
Tell him that. Oh, I take one show off and you pussies blame me for weed slander? Oh. But that is how Geoff vomits. He yells the vomit out of his body. He scream Hadoukens it. Just, Blarg! like a cartoon character.
And even like I know that I'm probably not quiet when I vomit, but the last thing I want to do is be so loud that it really draws attention to the fact that I'm vomiting.
Yeah, Geoff is like, when Batman comics, when people get punched and it's like, pow, biff. And it's like, come on. No one gets, like, when you punch somebody in the face, it doesn't go biff. But when Geoff throws up, he does go barf or Ralph.
He
Ralph!
does.
Barf! So poor Geoff he's in rough shape. And, for Geoff to miss a show, it's something serious because he's been on the show with COVID. He's been on the show sick before, and his mom just got into town.
He's been on the show with a serious head injury.
Yeah, when he actually did have to take an extended break when he overdosed on codeine
On scissor.
Yeah, scissor. He OD'd on scissor, and it broke his brain for like 6 months. And
Well, because I think he like passed out and hit his head on something. That's why he's nicknamed Head Injury Yoda Guy.
yeah. So Jeff's mom came into town, and they went to the mall on Saturday. I actually was made a rare Long Beach appearance on Saturday and tried to meet up with them, but it was a very busy schedule.
They were too busy for you?
Well, there's some big Clark family news, and maybe I should ask Geoff if it's okay to say it on the show before I just go blurting it out. But
Jeff's pregnant?
Yeah, this is morning sickness. He's taking the show off for morning sickness. But they had stuff to do, and they were going to try and thread the needle because I was like, let's just go early because I wanted to go to Gorilla Mall, the burger place that has metal-themed burgers, because they had a limited edition Ghoul burger, and I love that band, and wanted to go check it out. It was delicious, by the way.
Now, okay, does Ghoul get a portion of the proceeds from the burger named after them?
I don't know. I hope, but I wonder if they just
Because
do it like,
does-
hey, people will know that there's a band called Ghoul and maybe check you guys out.
Yeah, because how are you supporting the band by going to Gorilla Mall for their burger? Let's see.
Maybe by letting
Does
Gorilla Mall know that, like, hey, when you put a Ghoul burger on the menu, it brings customers in. Because I went wearing a Ghoul shirt, and they're like, I think I know what burger you want. I was like, yeah, baby, load me up. Sorry, I'm texting Geoff to see if I get permission or not.
According to Uncle Google, Gorilla Mall does not pay any royalties to the bands.
Yeah, it must just be like promotion. Like, hey, we'll just let people know that your band exists. I mean, it's still cool. Like, we didn't get any proceeds when they were selling Mad Scientist Party Hour OG at that dispensary.
That is true. But I feel like back then we didn't have even close to the weight that Ghoul has.
Well, that's
And
true.
Not that Ghoul is a heavy hitter in the music industry per se, like a Jay-Z or somebody like that. But we had pretty much nothing. We couldn't even get a Wikipedia page back then.
Still can't. But who knows?
I think we could now that.
Well, if our guest who is booked today was able to actually do the show, that could have gotten us perhaps a Wikipedia page.
That's my dream for us, is to just have a Wikipedia page that doesn't get nuked.
Yeah. Yeah, we were going to have Thomas Hayden Church on the show, and he had to bail a couple days ago due to a scheduling conflict, a family thing. But man, what an episode for Geoff to miss too if that had come through. Be like, oh, you know what? I can't miss Thomas Hayden Church on the show. I'll just set my laptop up in the bathroom. And we're just like doing an interview with an Oscar-nominated actor while Geoff is just retching into a toilet that's in frame on Zoom. Damn it. That would have 100% gotten us on TMZ. Like, Thomas Hayden Church does interview with podcast nobodies while one of them barfs. But he was
I
going to come
know
on to
that I know
promote.
that I
Um,
know that you're buddies with THC, but I have a feeling that if he was on the show today and Jeff started vomiting the way he does, Thomas would have found a very polite way to have gotten himself off of the show as quickly as possible.
I don't know. If I know Thomas as well as I think I do, I think he would have actually found it really funny. But either way, he was going to come on the show to promote Wake Up Dead Man, the third Knives Out movie, which is now on Netflix. So you guys should go check it out. I got
I
to.
haven't I haven't seen that yet, but I finally watched The Glass Onion this weekend
Oh, nice. I
and
mean,
loved it. It was
there's
so fun.
no real continuity between the three of them, other than Benoit Blanc is the detective of them all. But there's no story continuity that
Right,
you're
right,
missing.
right.
So if you haven't seen the first two, you can watch them in any order you wish. But I got to see it in Austin with Thomas and his special lady, and it was fucking great, man. I really, really enjoyed it. But yes, I'm definitely going to be watching that again too. I'm going to Jersey tomorrow and going to be there for 2 weeks, spending some time with the fam. And I'm sure we always put movies on because now that there's young children involved, it sort of torpedoes a lot of plans because you can't do much when you have 15 scheduled naps throughout the day.
Before we get on to that, I know you don't like to do any self-aggrandizing, but you have big news.
I do, but I'll let Geoff say it for me.
I'll take piss in the butthole.
All right. Well, he got confused. That's the different announcement I was going to make. It is we can finally do that thing where people are like, hey, if Geoff ever misses a show, you have enough buttons to.
I mean, we've played, there have been times that you and I have been in the Zoom 10 or 15 minutes before Jeff, and we just have a whole little skit with Jeff just based on buttons alone.
Yeah. So we could just do that on the show today.
Excited to Felch just come right out of this little fucking hole. And
Whoa, Jeff, calm down, buddy.
Tastes good.
Calm down.
I pretty much had a boner when Kenny Loggins came on.
I mean,
If I had to, I
don't
would suck the shit out of that dick.
I can't fault him for that take about Kenny Loggins because I will forever know what he's referring to. It's when it started in Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah. Yep.
Dookie boy the cocksucker.
So Dookie Boy the cocksucker couldn't be here for this announcement, but this is something you guys knew, but I was kind of keeping a lid on it until the ink was dry, and I got the thumbs up from the people involved to announce it. But I have signed a distribution contract for the second coming of John Cooper. Shout out to MVD Entertainment. This has been, as you all are well aware, all you long-term listeners know, this has been a hell of a journey. A hell of a journey. And these guys have been around since, I think, the 80s, and they've done some pretty cool stuff, and they like R-rated comedies, and they like the movie. So it's a good fit, I feel. I had some close calls with other distributors, and they didn't feel right. I talked to them, and it just seemed like they were just scooping up the movie to scoop it up. They didn't necessarily believe in it or want to put any effort into it. They're just like, yeah, we'll throw you guys up somewhere. And it was just like, eh. And as much as I want this movie to come out and for everybody to see it, I also want to do it the right way. So I got in touch with these guys and had a few calls with them, and it passed the, I've learned to trust my gut, and my gut was telling me this is the right move for it. So it's still going to be a little bit. They are going to get back to me with a release window, and it kind of sucks that it all came together at this point. This is the worst time of the year to do anything in entertainment because, everything shuts down. Everybody's off. Everybody is AFK. Everybody's got their away messages up, and there's a lot of things that have to be done when you sign a distribution deal. You have to. There's a lot of things that have to be turned over. There's a lot of stuff that I have to do on my end, and I know how to write dick jokes. I know how to craft a story. I now know how to direct a film, but some of this tech stuff, I do not know how to do that. And I need the assistance of other people.
You're going to be... The second coming of John Cooper is going to be listed amongst things like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Return of the Swamp Thing, Lionheart, Double Dragon, Double Impact.
Dude, I will say, I watched...
I don't think that's a bad thing.
I saw the Double Dragon movie for the first time recently. And I guess
Vampire's Kiss.
I guess I see why it's... Ooh, Nick Cage.
Yeah, buddy.
I guess I see why it's, goofed on, but I was like... If I saw this when I was a kid, this would have been like, I would have watched that back to back with Ninja Turtles like every fucking day. It was kind of fun, and I don't know, that will not be the last time I watch the Double Dragon movie. Robert Patrick as who's the guy from Aqua Teen Hunger Force that his look is essentially based on from that?
What?
Who's the French fry guy or whatever in Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Oh, Frylock?
Yeah, isn't that who they based? They based that character on Robert Patrick in Double Dragon.
This is the first I'm hearing of that. Let's see. Key inspiration. No, it does. Let's see. Frylock inspiration. Robert Patrick. See if Google has any. There is no evidence in search results to suggest the character Frylock from Aqua Teen Hunger Force was inspired by the actor Robert Patrick. Where are you getting this information from?
I don't know. I saw a whole bunch of people posting about it. Let me see. Why does Google?
I didn't even know he was in Double Dragon.
Yeah, he's the villain.
He sure. That's crazy that's Robert Patrick.
Yeah.
I would love to see Robert Patrick rock that look right now.
Yeah, that if they were going to do another
season, he
season,
looks exactly like Frylock, so those dots are not hard to connect.
Yeah, I could have sworn I saw.
This is telling me that I've never seen the Double Dragon movie.
You should. That would be a good one for What the Fuck Did I Just Watch? Because it's... I know sometimes the movies that Dom makes you watch on that show are torturous. Double Dragon is fun. And Alyssa Milano is a total babe in it. I don't know. I enjoyed it. And I haven't seen Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, but I enjoyed Return of Swamp Thing as well. If you look at my DVD collection, B-movies is a lot of real estate on that shelf.
Listen, they have the first couple of MVD Entertainment releases listed on their movies.fandom page. It's just waiting for the second coming of John Cooper to be up there. So far, it's just a 4K Ultra of Knockoff and Lionheart.
Lionheart. Have I seen Lionheart? Let me look that up, because I have been making my way through a lot of Van Damme movies. Oh, this looks very familiar. Yep, I've seen this one.
This is the one...
Lion Gautier is a deserter in the Foreign Legion arriving in the USA entirely hard up. What a weird sentence. He finds his brother between life and death and his sister-in-law without the money needed to heal her husband and to maintain her child. This is the weirdest movie description ever. They worded this so strangely. Come on, Letterboxd. He decides to take part in some very dangerous clandestine fights. Yeah, this was a weird one.
That is a weird ass explanation of it. To maintain her child.
Yeah, what?
It's like this was like this synopsis on Letterbox D was run through Google Translate. Like the script for Love on a Leash.
Exactly. Yeah. Maintain her like it's a cactus you're watching for somebody while they're on vacation. Got to maintain this cactus, keep it alive. But very cool to be finally at this point because there are I found this out way too late in the game, but a lot of indie movies especially on the level that John Cooper is, it's very low budget. And a lot of movies like that never get released. A majority of them. And I found that out when I was already on set. And I was like, oh, shit. That's the worst time to fucking tell me that.
Yeah. Or the best time. Because then you don't worry. It's too late now. It's too late to worry about it.
It is, but you know me. I worry about everything.
Which is why if they would have told you sooner, it might have stopped you from making the movie.
No, that would not have happened. I'm way too pipe dreamish, stars in the eyes to be like, well, not my movie. That's not going to happen. But everybody's aware of the current state of the movie industry. Things are tough. Studios are all like Netflix is trying to buy Warner Brothers, and both of those companies are billions and billions of dollars in debt.
So the way I understand it is Netflix announced that they were buying Warner Brothers, and then Paramount swooped in for a hostile takeover of Warner Brothers.
Yeah, everything is consolidating. Everything in Hollywood is consolidating. Like, there's less and less studios, less and less options. Streamers are all merging. Like, Hulu is going to go away, and it's all going to be under Disney. And, somebody is going to consume HBO Max, whether it's Netflix or Paramount, but everything is getting gobbled up. And, you know what happens when companies merge. Jobs get axed. Prices go up. Options go down. And I literally did pick the absolute worst time to become a filmmaker. It's never been tougher to pull any of this stuff off. Everybody is way more reserved with their cash, like people don't really like people used to just take swings in investing on things, and that's how a lot of crappy movies have come to exist. But now people are just like, maybe if things were a little different, I would throw this movie some cash, but I gotta only bet on sure things right now. So I'm very, very grateful that this all came together. And I know everybody has been, I announced it on my Instagram, and people have been commenting on it, and I can't really keep up with them. But I have seen some people being like, I can't wait to get the Blu-ray. And some of the details that I can give you right now, this is a digital-only deal for the time being. So it is not getting a physical release. I would like it to, eventually, but this is digital only. Like I said, everybody is very gun-shy, so they got to test the waters with it. So if people, if it gets a lot of sales, if it gets a lot of rentals, and people see the potential in it, maybe it could, because...
Does this deal prevent you from going to another distributor for a physical release?
Yeah, that I don't know. But I mean, they do, produce physical, like,
yeah, and I'm sure that you had somebody with some legal. You had your lawyer look at it.
Yeah.
So I would hope he wouldn't let you get into something that would be bad for you if it ever came down to a physical release.
No, I mean there's nothing sketchy in there. I had, multiple people looked it over. I read it for for whatever that means. I looked it over. And yeah, there's nothing sketchy. But, this is one of those things where people are gun shy. So they want to see how it performs, and if it does perform well, they might give me a physical release, which I would love to do because we shot so much stuff that had to get cut out of this movie. Like every scene has lines taken out of it. Literally every scene. There are entire scenes that are cut.
The original cut of it, the first cut, was 2 hours long. Is that?
It was around, I would say, between 2 hours and 5 and 2 hours and 10 minutes long. Because there was stuff that, without spoiling anything in the movie, there were some scenes that were filmed in a non-traditional manner, and they weren't slated in a way for the editor to find them. So when I saw the first cut, which was like 2 hours and 5 minutes, I was like, hey, what happened to these scenes? And he was like, what? And he looked through the hard drive and he was like, oh, holy shit, I didn't even see all that stuff. So there was like a big sequence that didn't even make it into that first really long cut. So probably like 2 hours and 10 minutes would have been the original thing with all the scenes in it. And even then, editors, the first cut of a movie will always have way, way, way more than it needs. They give you like the giant block, and it's like, all right, I didn't want to make any decisions myself to omit things, so here's all of it, and let's go through this and see what we take out and trim down. So there probably would have been even more things in there. But there's stuff in there that it killed me to cut, because as funny as I thought those jokes were and as good as I thought those scenes were, runtime is a factor, and comedies are something that need a very, very concise runtime. Like, I was told by people, don't make it any longer than 90 minutes. And I couldn't cut it any further than 94 minutes. I was like, go ahead, fucking kill me over an extra 4 minutes. But anything beyond that, I would have been like, all right, we are just now straight up chopping this movie to pieces. We need a lot of this stuff intact, because if you cut all the jokes out, all you have left is a drama. And I didn't get into this to make a drama. I didn't write a drama.
I'm glad that it's finally going to see the light of day.
Me too.
And the Puminati can experience it. It really is a very good movie.
Thanks, man. I hope people agree with you. And I know that for this level, it's not going to be some sort of like barn burner success story. But it's a start. And I hope that this getting out there leads to more opportunities. Because I've also sort of had to put things on pause. I would like to get some reps to help me get more work and do more things. But then again, if I got a manager in this past year, there's another 10% of this movie that I'm giving away when I did all the heavy lifting. So I wanted to make sure I got this out first, then find some sort of representation to sort of help me figure out what to do next and how to do it. But,
is that the mission for when you get back from the East Coast, or are you waiting until this actually goes up for a little while?
I don't know. I'm gonna talk to some people in my orbit and see what they think, if I should wait it out.
In a perfect world, what is your next project? Is it something original that you have already, or is it just like you did with the short for the film festival at the brunch spot?
Oh, right.
Do you want to just shoot somebody else's stuff, or do you want writer director again, or do you just want a writer?
Ideally, I want to do my own stuff. Like I would love for, the Holy Grail. If I had a monkey paw with one finger left and I could make one script that I've written, it would probably be Iron Lung. And I've been talking to some people who have read Iron Lung and really like it. So I think maybe they're like, and then that's another thing too. Like if this script gets funding, I have, no say whether I direct it or not. I can certainly throw my hat in the ring, but it's really the people funding it who make the big decisions like that. So we'll see. But either way, I've got other things that I've been writing. I've got some stuff I've been working on with Dustin. And Dustin, he's years ahead of me in as far as like success and movement in the industry and all that. So if we work on something together, it's not like, oh, now what do we do with this thing? It's like he's got a whole team of people. By the way, shout out to Dustin. Just became a paid regular at the Comedy Store in Hollywood, which is huge.
I saw that. That is fantastic.
Yeah, I just couldn't be happier for that fucking guy, He's been on the show a million times. Been a good friend of mine for probably over a decade now. And love seeing good things happen to good people.
For sure.
That also means I'm probably going to have to make a lot more trips to Hollywood, which I'm kind of bummed about that, but...
Oh, poor you.
Dude, driving to fucking Hollywood from Culver City is an endurance contest. It is a nightmare.
How long is it?
Well, let's see right now. If I were to leave now,
Which,
it is,
for everybody at home, is 2 p.m. Pacific time.
Yep. On a Monday. But, people are leaving, have probably left town at this point. LA turns into a ghost town around Christmas. Okay, what was I? Comedy Store. Directions. Ooh, right now, it's actually not that bad. 36 minutes.
So all you have to do is leave at 2 p.m. on a Monday for whenever his show is and just camp out there.
Yeah, just sit there for 6 hours.
Yeah.
There are times where it's over an hour to get there.
You can either... okay, that's not exactly what I was going for with my arms crossed, but I like it. Yeah, I mean, you could either sit there for 6 hours or sit in traffic for 6.
I wonder if your Zoom just gave you the fireworks effect because you did the superstar from SNL, where you put your hands in your pits.
It's double thumbs up is the fireworks. So the way I was sitting with my thumbs up on my chest like this.
Just sitting over here honking my own titties. Well, Geoff, what do you think about this news?
Oh, I guess what I'm asking is that are there specific ass doctors?
I've seen probably 20 naked dudes.
He's going to be so angry.
Well,
I mean, he should have expected this, though. Like,
he knew. I think Geoff is probably so banged up to the point where he's like, oh, I don't even give a fuck what those pussies are saying about me right now. Blarf! Wow, and Geoff is not texting back on asking if we're allowed to spill the beans. He's probably
he might
sleeping.
be super asleep.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I feel bad. Poor guy. That is really rough shape if Geoff is missing the show. He does not do that often. So, feel bad. Feel bad for the guy. But also people have been asking when they will be able to see the movie. And I am hoping March or April. I feel like that's a safe window, March or April. Obviously, as it gets a little bit closer, more details will come out, and I will share them immediately because I'm super excited. And I don't do well with holding in information. Now, anytime, how many times have people heard me like, hey, next week we're going to have so-and-so on the show. And then next week it's just the three of us. Because I get too excited. I want to share things. And then I fuck everything up. Well, Shuddy, I am excited to get back to the East Coast. My mom sent me a video and of all the snow. So I'm sure
Yeah,
you got dumped on, right?
we got a shit ton of snow. Um, Unexpectedly, it was only supposed to be 1 to 2 inches, and we got like 6 yesterday.
Wow, that's what they call a grower, not a shower.
Yeah.
Did you go snowboarding?
Yesterday, no, I didn't. I shoveled and watched the Eagles game.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I forgot we have to do NFL pick them at some point too. Shit. And Geoff, he gets an automatic DQ on everything, right?
Yeah. No. ChatGPT
Did he agree to
will
that?
do it. That's what we did for you, so why
Oh.
is that not okay for him?
Okay. Geoff is going to get Chat GPT'd. But yeah, I am looking forward to, and I hope it stays cold enough to keep that snow on the ground. Yikes! It's the 15th, 10 days till they get to the 25th. That might not happen. I do like seeing snow on the ground for Christmas. I feel like that happened all the time when I was a kid. Like I would wake up, open presents, play with toys for a little bit, put on my snowsuit, go outside and play in the snow all day. And then I remember my first Christmas waking up where there was no snow outside. And I was like, hey, what the fuck is going on? I thought it was like a rule that it had to snow on Christmas. And my mom was like, no, there's this thing called weather, you idiot, where, it doesn't pick one day of the human-created calendar year to snow so you can have a nice holiday. And I feel like, when was the last time you saw it actually snow on your birthday, Shuddy?
That is
It's not often.
a great question.
Man, but I know
That it,
Carl's coming with me, and she wants to go to New York. So that's going to be fun. Everybody knows how easy breezy it is, New York City, around Christmas time.
oh yeah.
Oh, wait a second. What day is Christmas? Is that a Wednesday?
It is.
It says there's a possibility of snow on the weather app.
Really?
It could be a Shuddy birthday miracle. Oh, God. I have come. In my pants.
I don't have snow out here.
Oh.
It's
I was looking at New York.
45 degrees is the high on Christmas out here.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that is not a recipe for snow.
So Thursday for here, there's a 45% chance of snow, but the high is 51.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a very high chance of snow,
then
Shuddy.
95% chance of thunderstorms on Friday with a high of 54.
Oh, that certainly blows. Let's look into this whole scromiting thing, since you haven't heard about it, Shuddy. Let's learn together and see, is this a real thing, or is big alcohol lobbying to besmirch your beloved marijuana? But let me ask you this first, Shuddy.
No, I've never scromited.
No, but if you started to scromit, if you were a Wallace and Scromit, would you stop smoking the pot?
Yeah, I mean, more than likely. I don't like vomiting.
Oh, I love it.
So if I was does it happen when you smoke? Does it happen when you're not smoking? Like, are you just vomiting all the time?
Well, I pulled up a USA Today article that just took me to a page full of ads. What the fuck is this? Okay. Medical professionals say the symptom should serve as a warning, while marijuana advocates call it fear-mongering. In recent weeks, scromiting has made its way into headlines. The image-inducing term combines vomiting and screaming, a common symptom of cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. Intense pain from cyclical vomiting caused by CHS may cause patients to scream while they throw up. The term has grown in popularity as more states legalize medical and recreational marijuana. I mean, I know people that have smoked weed for fucking decades. I've never heard of anybody scromiting. Let's see here. So, marijuana advocates like Paul Armentano.
Treatment and management. Complete and permanent cessation is the only cure.
Oh, I see what's going on here. If I try to close one of these ads blocking 80% of the article, it sends me to a fucking... Thanks, USA Today. Yeah, I guess some professional pothead has said that it is incredibly rare.
I mean, I don't smoke a large amount of marijuana as far as volume, but I always smoke marijuana, and I have for minus the few months with Mindy. I've smoked pretty regularly for the last, God, I hate saying this phrase, but almost 20 years.
Well, dude, I smoked weed my first time when I was 13, and I'm 43, so that's 30 years.
Yeah, but you stop every now and then for a fair stretch of time. But
and never that long, never this long.
Even still, if this was a really, something that was really common, one of us or E-Rock would have it by now.
Yeah. I mean, well, I guess Geoff started kind of late too, so that's not a good indicator. He started when he was in college, and Jeff's younger than us. But
maybe he has this cannabinoid hyperthymesis syndrome.
Oh yeah. I mean, how would he even tell? Because he's always scromiting. How common is cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome?
Did you ask that?
No, this is a part of the article. A study cited by the Cleveland Clinic found that about 33% of self-reported frequent marijuana users visited an emergency room and met the criteria for CHS. See, that seems bullshit. You and I know so many different potheads. Nobody has ever scromited.
So, cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome is relatively uncommon overall, around 0.1% prevalence.
Yeah, this is a bunch of horse shit.
So 0.1%.
You guys like to dunk on me for quitting smoking weed. But how far would you push past if weed started like sucking for you? Nope, got to do it. Got to keep on smoking. Don't want to be a pussy.
It depends. Like I haven't dealt with it with what you dealt with it. So it's hard to say. You know, every now and then I get weed anxiety, but it's never enough that eating something doesn't calm me down a bit. So it's never gotten to the point where it's like I don't have a ripcord option other than quitting smoking.
That's true. How much of
Like
it is worry?
If I get sick from smoking, then that's on me. Like that's not the marijuana's fault that I hit too many dabs.
How much plays into it your decision of other people calling you a pussy for stopping smoking?
I don't think very much of it at all.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am.
Because I'm fucking stubborn, and if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it no matter what you or Jeff say.
You know what? I was actually going to smoke weed tonight, but since you called me a pussy, I'm never smoking
No, I'm
weed
not.
again.
Yep, I quit. Cut off my nose to spite my face type of guy.
Insel Engelfort.
I
And
have I have been doing some shredding the gnar.
How's that been going?
I've already gone 3 times in the last week and a half.
Holy shit, Shuddy. Have you so now that you go so often and you are a very competent snowboarder as far as riding the lift up and getting back down to the lobby, have you tried putting a little zhuzh on things? Be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to get on the back of my board and do some spinnies.
So the um I'm trying to find the I can I mean essentially tail manual. That's my big trick at the moment.
Okay.
So I can lift my front foot and front of the board off the snow
And just go some
and
distance.
ride a good amount on just the tail.
I can't do that. I've tried, and it's like when you try to do a wheelie on a bike, and all you do is you get the wheel off the ground for like a second. That's basically how I do it. What about jump tricks? Have you tried to do any grabs?
I'm not comfortable in the air.
See, I feel like I'm too old to start
That's
fucking
my
with that, but I kind of
that's
want
my
to.
I don't really want to ride rails. Like they're fun, and when I say they're fun, I ride the mount. My home mountain has a family park,
No.
which is much calmer than the actual terrain park, and it's like in between a couple of the slopes I ride. So every now and then, like, do you remember? Was it last year that I had that gnarly knot on my shin? Remember I sent you guys that picture?
That might have been the year before.
That's where that happened. So I don't really want to have to do any features where I have to actually jump up onto them because the implications sound awful. But I would like to be able to get at least do some side hits and not be completely like I'm gonna kill I'm gonna break my neck.
I got to get up on the mountain again this year with our buddy Butt Package.
Well, he's
'Cause-
gonna be out of commission for a while.
I know. I saw he busted his knee, right?
No ribs.
Oh, that's right. He like cracked 2 ribs, right?
Yeah, yeah. And some leg problem. He really fucked himself up somehow.
Yeah, I wonder
Running
how long
away
that
from
takes
a dog or something.
Maybe
No, I
maybe
don't-
we'll be able to do something to close out the season because he's way better than me. But I followed him one time down the mountain and hit a little. What are those things called where it's like a ramp, but then it's flat on the top, and then there's a ramp down the rest of it.
Well, it's a tabletop,
Tabletop?
in bike terms, but you're not supposed to land on the top of it.
No, you're not. Like if you want to be like a pussy like me, you'll get enough speed to go up the ramp, run out of speed, and then kind of just coast on the tabletop and then ride down the other side of the ramp. But you are kind of supposed to just jump off that fucking thing, make it all the way to the other ramp, clear the tabletop. And I was following him one time, and a couple of times we hit that same thing, and I got a little bit of air, just like a little whee, and then landed back down on the flat part of the tabletop and rode away. And I was like, I got to hit this with a tiny bit more speed. And when I got launched, I was like, oh, fuck, that is way more speed than I wanted.
So
Did the hummingbird
I
flaps?
so last Saturday I went riding at Blue Mountain where you and I have been,
Yeah.
and we're going again. And the first part of the day I rode the board that you rode at Big Snow, that real psychedelic neon one.
Yeah.
And that's a really soft board. but I know I can ride it and I know I'm comfortable on it. So I brought that to just get my legs under me, and then I brought the new nitro board and went ripping down the mountain on that thing. And that Kemper board is really soft, so on it like undulates over bumps
Oh
in the
yeah, I remember you
snow.
complaining about it. Oh man, my fucking board is doing a hula dance.
And so the nitro board is much stiffer, and I hit a hump of snow, and I just went straight legged and like almost shit myself because I was not expecting to hit that and the board not flex. It just went right up over, and it was just like it was an insignificant jump, but it scared the piss out of me.
I kind of
Because
want
I'm
to.
just so afraid of eating shit and really getting hurt.
If we do pull this trip off, my sister and brother-in-law are going to come with us. They're so good on skis, especially my brother-in-law. You know, cool Geoff. He does like he's like an 80s skier, like in an 80s movie, where he's just like doing the like shush, 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 like slaloming back and forth, and then he'll
Does
hit
he
it.
do the jumps and then put the poles between his legs?
Yeah, and does like a split in the air.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does that.
Yes.
And then it's like, oh, okay, if he can do the 80s, like pulls between the legs split thing, I can maybe catch some air on this little tabletop. But every time I get like more than a foot of air, I'm just like, and I flap my arms like a hummingbird. And I know I look like a silly bitch. But if anybody wants to make fun of me, like, hey, you know what? Fuck you, you little fucking turd. You lit turd. Let's see if you're still doing this when you're 43. Right? Fuck these guys.
Or 44.
Yeah. Or are you turning 45?
No, I'm turning 44. You
Okay,
son of a
I was
bitch.
just going to say, Jesus Christ, Shuddy.
You son of a bitch. No,
You're
I'm
jumping the
turning
gun by
44.
10 days.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just mentally preparing myself for it.
Well, mentally prepare yourself for some time at American Dream. We should go on some adventures. I do also want to take in some films while I'm back. I should also point out, quick MSPH programming note. We do usually take time off, but I got some duplicate equipment stuff, some of the essential pieces for New Jersey. So now when I take trips back, we don't have to, the trip doesn't have to be scheduled around the show. We don't have to bust our ass recording like 1,000 shows to post while I'm gone. And we can just do shows while I'm there. So the plan is to do shows just through the rest of the year, not take any time off. We'll see if that works. It is Christmas. There's a lot of things up in the air. But we're going to do our best to keep the content going. And I do want to try and get a lot in while I'm in Jersey. And Christmas, they like to studios like to hold on to a few movies that are like, yeah, this is going to fucking rule. And they put them out on Christmas. And then January and February roll around, and they pull their pants down, pull their butt cheeks open, and poop out a bunch of turds. Like, all right, we got to flush the system out and get a fresh start. So I do want to see the new Avatar. And I feel like the only chatter online I see about Avatar is people saying, I've never met anybody that says they want to see Avatar. And I'm the one guy. I'm the fucking one guy who I want to go back to Pandora. Turn me into a blue cat.
So you saw the second one, I take it.
I saw it in theaters, yeah. I saw it in 3D IMAX. And that's how I want to see this one, too. James Cameron is a fucking genius. And the guy that gave us Terminator, if he makes a movie and says, this is the best way for you to see this movie, I will see it as he instructs. I do want to see Avatar 3 in IMAX 3D. I like the first one. I like the second one. I just watch it with Nana because she likes to text me every time she goes to the movies from Florida. And if she's the only person in the theater, she texts me the entire goddamn movie. And she was like, I want to see the new Avatar. And I was like, well, did you see the second one? She's like, no. So we watched it in San Diego, and she loved it. I started doing, obviously I'm not going to say, how many dicks would you give that, Nana? But all the stuff we watched, I was like, what would you give Wicked 2? And she's like, 5 out of 5. And I was like, what about John Cooper? She's like, that's a 5 out of 5. And then I was like, all right, well, we also watched this movie. What do you think of that one? She's like, that's a 5 out of 5. Like, she loves everything. So we watched Avatar 2, I think. That was my last day in San Diego. Once that was over, I drove back to L.A. And as I was packing up my shit, I was like, Nana, what did you think of Avatar 2? Out of 5 stars, how many would you give it? And she goes, I would give that one 17 stars. Like, Nana just loved Avatar. So I do want to see that while I am back. I am one of the few people looking to return to Pandora. I mean, the last one made fucking $2 billion, I think. Something crazy like that. Obviously, there's more people out there like me. We just keep our mouths shut because we don't want people making fun of us because we like blue cats. You know what I would love to do? I would love to check in, perhaps 60-minute documentary style, and follow up with all the people that had to go to therapy when the first Avatar came out because they couldn't handle the fact that Pandora was a fictional planet and they would never be able to go there.
I remember that. Fucking weirdos.
Isn't that like, I want to check in with them. Like, so did your support group advise you against seeing the sequel, or did you bounce back to reality and turn back into an adult? Because when I was a little kid, one of my all-time favorite movies was Little Monsters with Fred Savage and Howie Mandel. And for people that haven't seen it, underneath your bed is a parallel universe full of punk rock-esque monsters who prank children all day. So when you're asleep, they come up from underneath your bed, they wreak havoc around the house, they lay booby traps for your parents, they they pull pranks, and then you take the blame for all of it. Fred Savage captures his monster, Howie Mandel, gets brought down into the monster world, and they just go up through everybody's beds and wreak havoc. They like piss in people's apple juice. They put saran wrap over toilets so somebody goes to pee or poo and then they poop on the plastic.
Cat food and sandwiches, right? Is that?
Yep. I mean, just top-notch primo shit. Like, you think the Impractical Joker's got bars. Wait till you see Maurice and Fred Savage up to their shit.
Howie Mandel.
So I watched that movie repeatedly. I was obsessed with it, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. And it pained me that Maurice wasn't real, that the monster world wasn't real. I would say, over maybe a 3-month period, every now and then in the middle of the night, I would get out of my bed, go underneath it, and knock on the floor to see if I could find a way to get into that monster dimension. Because I really wanted that.
I did not watch that movie as frequently as you, but I did have the same experience, wanting that world to be real.
Yeah, so Pandora people, I get it. But I was also a fucking little kid in the 80s. The support group, I'm pretty sure, was all adults. And I would love to know if there's any sort of lingering trauma, if these motherfuckers still meet every week. Be like, I'm not a blue cat. Oh no, they're making a third one. Ah! God, just, whenever you're feeling down and out, just remind yourself, I do not go to a support group because Avatar is fake. You always have that going for you. Unless you go to one of those groups, which, if that's the case, please, fucking reach out to me. We'll send you a Zoom link. I have to talk to you. We will do like a 17-part interview. I have so many questions. So many questions. Like, do you really miss that, like, the ponytail thing with, like, octopus tentacles at the end that you could, like, shove in an animal's ass and then bond with them and ride them around? Like, would you do that to your cat? Would you do it to smaller things like a chicken?
I'm on the
chicken.
Avatar Reddit page right now.
Oh, it must be buzzing.
It is fucking very active.
I mean, they're cool movies. I mean, the two when they're in the water zone of Pandora. I did find it strange that the kids were modeled very closely to, modern day teens with like broccoli heads and calling each other bro like they're fucking Uber drivers. Bro, I got water in the cup holder, bro. And,
The
gotta
kids talked like they were Russian cabbies.
Yeah. Hey, bro, how come you not hold your breath good? And they got, the fucking alpaca broccoli head haircuts. Fuck. I just completely forgot what I was going to say. But like outside of that, really fun movie. They're long, of course, but a visual feast. James Cameron's a master at what he does. It's cool seeing a living legend just... he had like a dream like when he was young. That's where he got the idea for Avatar. He dreamed it. And then he started making sketches when I think he was 19 or something. And he had all these close calls where he was going to make the movie. And people are like, you're fucking nuts, dude. Or they were like, way too expensive, never happened. Or he got hit with the Terminator 2 stuff, like, hey, the technology for that doesn't exist. And then he just fucking made it. Like, before Terminator 2, nobody had seen anything like the T-1000. James Cameron was just like, fuck it, I think this is really cool. We will invent the way to bring this to people. And
that's what he did with the first Avatar, too.
Yeah. I mean,
Didn't he, right?
Even the second one. There's a really cool docuseries on Disney Plus where it's behind the scenes of him making the sequels and just all the stuff they had to do with, I just watching it was kind of blowing my mind as being like, this is just them fucking around. They're not on set. They're just like, how do we do this? And a team of people are flying to these islands all over the world to test things in the water. And it was just like 5 seconds of that day was the entire John Cooper budget. And that's just them farting around to see if they can do stuff, just experimenting. So it is really cool just the way his team would come to him with problems. Be like, hey, I don't know how we're going to do this. And he's like, well, have you tried this? And then they're just inventing all this massive equipment. It's really fucking cool. So, I mean, if you give a shit, it's a very, very interesting 2-part documentary that I enjoyed a lot. And I'm looking forward to seeing that. What are the other... There's good stuff coming out on Christmas.
Is there?
I think so, yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to the...
Hold on.
The release calendar on the good old Internet Movie Database.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to pull up my AMC
Avatar,
app.
Fire and Ash.
That's this week.
Anaconda.
Yes! That one I really want to see.
Really?
Yeah, Jack Black and Paul Rudd. Most of the times, these Christmas releases, they're very confident with it. They don't like to put out duds on Christmas Day. Like, it opens on the 25th. Damn it, why can't this fucking app just, like, show things in chronological order? All right, I'm just going to pull up the day. The wonderful day we all celebrate when Shuddy Boy was born. Okay. And AMC... Oh, Marty Supreme? I think that's a Christmas Day release. I want to see that. I know Geoff is like super pumped about that for some reason.
That's a non-horror movie, A24, right?
Yeah, it's a biopic about a ping pong guy.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, it's one of the Safdie brothers. It's Timothée Chalamet. Oh, No Other Choice. I do want to see that. That's the Park Chan-wook movie. New SpongeBob movie. There's always that, Shuddy.
That's not on the release calendar on that's this week. the 19th.
You know what? In all honesty, I would go see that. Not because I'm a SpongeBob fan. I'm not like Nana, who is a SpongeBob hater. But did you see that they're showing a Ninja Turtle short before it?
I did not.
It's the Mutant Mayhem team. So it's like, I guess, a little short to bridge the two movies to hold people over. And I very much want to see that as a 43-year-old, 5-year-old. Dude, my mom... I know people don't give a shit, so I'll keep this brief, but my mom sends me little videos of my nephew Jack going, "Cowabunga, dude. Love you, Uncle Car Keys." And it is the cutest fucking thing in the world.
Amazing. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Yep, I can't wait to see that little dude. Shuddy, you have not gone to the cinema at all, I'm guessing?
No, I have not since Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yep, and we already talked about
how
that
much
one.
that sucked.
Yeah, there's there's just on the tip of my fucking tongue, like something was fucking. It'll come to me. I also got tickets for New Year's Eve to see the final episode of Stranger Things in the theater. I thought that could be kind of a cool experience.
There's other episodes coming out on Christmas also, right?
Yeah. So they released the first 4. Christmas Day, they dropped 3 more that are kind of longer. They're more, I guess, feature length runtimes. And then the finale comes out New Year's Eve, and that is about a 2-hour episode. And they did a surprise drop, I guess, to put it in theaters. And East Coast time, it comes out 8 p.m. on Netflix. So they scheduled show times in all the different time zones to start right when that episode drops. So most places are only doing like one showing of it at 8 p.m. in its respective time zones. So I managed to, I think they were on sale for 20 minutes, and I was like, oh, look at that. Cool. Let me take a look. And the theater was fucking sold out by me. Like, every seat was already taken. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And I refreshed it, and 2 more opened up, and I just yoinked them right away.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, man. That's one of those things, it's hyped up. It's one of the most mainstream properties ever, but it's for a reason. Stranger Things just fucking kicks ass.
Did you like the episodes that came out on Thanksgiving?
I really did.
Have you been, not to completely change the subject, but
no, please
they're
do.
sort of, have you been watching Welcome to Derry?
No. I've been seeing a lot of people's reactions to it. Apparently some major shit keeps happening in all these episodes, so I'm saving them up, and I'm gonna binge them.
The season finale was last night.
Oh,
so.
Okay. And it's good?
The show is great. The penultimate episode felt like a season finale. That's how crazy it was.
No shit.
Yeah.
All right. I will say I did,
it starts slow, but once the violence starts, it really ramps up and it gets batshit.
I like violence. We touched on it briefly when Nana was on the show, that we binged The Chair Company. And so I thought that IMDb was fucked up. And I was like, all right, well, there's one more episode next week, because that's the season finale. But they only did an 8-episode season, so I don't know what was wrong with IMDb. So we did watch the entire season in one sitting. And there is an episode, and this is not a spoiler. I don't think you really need to worry about spoilers with The Chair Company, to Tim Robinson comedy. But there's an episode that ends, and I was warning them, because I was like, you guys are about to see something shocking, and you might want to just hit next episode, because it's not really anything you need to see, and I know you, and it's going to bum you out. And I think you've spent enough time around Nana to know she goes, I can handle anything. And I was like, ah, God, I just fucking played right into her hand. So there is a scene where some guy is watching something like on his phone, and it turns into porn. And this woman drops to her knees, lifts up somebody's like shawl, and there is just a power boner. Like really, really big fucking dick. Hard. Clearly a prosthetic because it's way too big, but it is very realistic looking, and she's just holding on to it. And it cuts back to the dude's face who's watching it, and he's just like, yep, nodding. And then she just fucking horks it, and then it rolls the end credits. And I was like, I really did not want this to happen. I did not want to be sitting in my aunt's living room with my aunt, my uncle, and my 87-year-old grandma watching some woman hork down like a 1.5 foot long boner.
How did it go over?
Well, if I had said nothing, there would have been some empty seats. There would have been like, oh, disgusting, put something else on. But since I said something, and they couldn't let me be right, dead silence, autoplayed the next episode.
They showed you.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Just sitting there watching someone blow a giant fake cock with my family. A regular.
You like doing that with your family.
It's just a regular holiday.
Like when Dom's like, I want to come over. We're going to watch the next movie at your house. Or I just, almost anything. Anytime that because Draven watches all the what the fuck did I just watch movies with me. Like, I just like, Dom, do you really have to bring a VHS of another erotic thriller over so me, you, and Draven can sit in the living room and watch it? Like,
yeah, it's Dom really does love those erotic thrillers, and you kind of got to know your audience with those. By the way, I wonder if Dom told me he actually was going to slide in the DMs of Steven Kostansky, our guest from last week.
We really want to have him on What the Fuck Did I Just Watch, with the caveat being he selects the film.
I mean, that's not bad. I hope he would do it. He seems like a really cool dude. I think he enjoyed hanging out with us. I saw a lot of people in the Puminati saying that they checked out the Deathstalker remake and loved it. So that's really cool.
Sick.
I saw on Letterboxd that our buddy Pudini, the great Pudini, has just been mowing through Steven's filmography. So that's pretty dope. I'm glad we were able to get that guy some views and some rentals.
The undisputed Fort King of the Puminati.
Yeah. Dan the man, you gotta revive this if you want another shot at the champ.
Yeah, I mean, we have voicemails again.
We do. I gotta check those. It's been very busy lately.
Can you let's play a couple at random.
Shuddy, come on, you know how that goes. Let me see. Do I have any new ones loaded up? Maybe we do. By the way, I do feel bad. We had, a guest lined up who dropped out, and then I prepped a whole bunch of things to do, and then Geoff dropped out, and I can't do a one-person game with Shuddy Boy. So, had to pull a show out of our ass last minute here. We'll try one.
Voicemails, yay!
I motion that if it's a good one, we try another one. We go until we get a dud.
How about this? We do a Voicemails Yay classic. And we visit another Bat Dad voicemail.
We can do that.
All right.
I mean, how you painted me into being at the grocery store and then being like, do you want to donate to feed starving children? I can't say no to a Bat Dad voicemail.
We only played one of his, right?
Correct.
Since we brought this back. All right, here is another voicemail from our dearly departed friend, Bat Dad, who used to call in and was just a wonderful member of the Puminati. Very funny guy, very interesting and strange sense of humor that fit in perfectly with our brand.
But insanely sweet.
Oh, yeah. Just a wonderful, wonderful human being.
Delightful man.
So I was able to, once we revived the Google Voice line to bring Voicemails Yay back, I did get access to like all of our old voicemails somehow. So I searched his number and I only found a couple of his voicemails. But here's a trip down memory lane with Bat Dad.
Hey there, Matt Sider's Party Hour. The Bat Dad here. Hope you guys still like me, even if you didn't before. I like you guys. You guys are cool. But, anywho, the reason I'm calling is I know you guys don't touch on this at all, but, I figure it's kind of in your wheelhouse, but, anyways, Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, wow. It's a bummer Geoff is not here for this. One of our Patreon shows, if you don't know, is Dragon Ball Queef, where Geoff is forced to watch an episode of an anime series, and then we do a podcast on it. By the way, new episode coming next week. We did a Christmas episode of this anime series, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. And, yeah, it's as weird as it sounds.
Miss.
I'm a nerd.
Keep playing. I don't need to keep
Up in
think
Idaho.
out loud.
I've loved Dragon Ball Z since I was a child, watched it every day after school, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, the new stuff that's coming out, Dragon Ball Super, not complaining about it. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm just looking for opinions. The Dragon Ball Super is essentially just a drawn-out rehash of Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods movie.
Oh, no.
Now, do you think that's just them getting in more of the detail they wanted to? They couldn't in the movie?
I got to say, I was not expecting Bat Dad to wax poetic on Dragon Ball Z.
We are just as poorly versed in Dragon Ball Z today as at least I am, as I was on the day that he left that voicemail.
I mean, we did an episode of Dragon Ball Queef on Dragon Ball Z, and it set me behind you, Shuddy. I now feel like I know less, even though I've watched an episode. It's so weird.
You think they're just running out of ideas, or I don't know. I enjoy it. It's great, but I do love Dragon Ball Z. I hope one day to become a Super Saiyan myself.
I know what that means.
Anywho, thanks for the shout out, Digibig Kaka, the other day when he couldn't remember my name. That's okay. I love you. I love all you guys. I feel like we're one big happy family. That someday we can create a new world order where all we do is play Mario Party and watch Dragon Ball Z. Anyways, your thoughts. Love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
God.
Man, I would have loved to have played some Mario Party and Mario Kart with Bat Dad. Only really got to meet him once at Ellis Mania, I think. I don't think he came to multiple, did he?
No, I think just that one.
Man. But, yeah, shout out to Bat Dad. He was a fucking great dude. Love that guy. All right, well, Shuddy, can you fire up your Chat GPT and we can do some AI-inspired NFL fucking victim?
I've already run the games through Chat GPT to get Jeff's picks.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
And I asked it to use criteria other than point spread, betting lines, win-loss record, anything football related.
Oh, so you really just fucked Geoff.
And I let it choose winners based on, I think you'll enjoy this, Kevin. Geoff will not.
Is it which mascot would win in a fight?
It's exactly what it is. Which mascot would win in a bar fight?
Oh, God damn it! I feel like Geoff is scromiting right now on his way to his laptop.
I'm just concerned about his wiener.
So yeah, So oh, last week, this week 15 was a dud of a week for everybody. No change in the records.
Really?
Uh, we all went 3-3, so there was no movement. Like we all just
Okay.
we all went 3-3 because Chargers beat the Eagles. The Buccaneers lost to the Falcons. We all picked the Buccaneers. Uh, the Chargers beat the Queefs. The Commanders beat the Giants. The Eagles beat the Raiders. The Vikings beat the Cowboys.
You fucking piece of shit.
This week, last year, week 16, was the week that Geoff was doing so poorly. We put a special game in that only he picked to try and get him some more points. We picked significantly more games last year than we have this year also.
Oh, that's exciting.
This year we are at 78, not counting this week.
Oh, God.
At this time last year, we had picked 100 games.
Oh. Okay.
So we've significantly trimmed it down.
I'm into that.
So, the first pick of game we're picking is Miami versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm taking the Dolphins.
I want 2 cows to fuck me.
What the hell could the context of that have been? Yeah, I'll take the Cowboys too.
Nope. Steelers or Dolphins.
Oh.
Cowboys aren't.
I want 2 Cowboys to fuck me.
I want 2 cows to fuck me.
Yeah, Dolphins, I mean. I got the wrong animal.
Okay. Well, Geoff is picking the Steelers because according to the bar fight logic, a dolphin is extremely tough in water, but this is a bar with sticky floors.
Ah.
And a steelworker mascot shows up in boots, hasn't smiled since 1987, and knows a guy. Dolphin gets lifted
I'm
and
such a
gently
ba-
but firmly removed through a window.
I'm such a baby because the dolphins make me cry.
Next one is the Los Angeles Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks.
I'll take the Rams. I'll bet on the city that I call home. Are they LA?
They are LA. I am taking the Seahawks, but according ChatGPT thinks the Rams are going to win in this bar fight because a ram lowers its head and commits to violence immediately. A Seahawk tries to establish air superiority indoors. The Hawk gets one good bottle drop attempt, then meets the jukebox.
You and me, we come from different worlds.
All right. The Philadelphia Spread Eagles versus the Washington Click Commanders.
Click Commanders.
Ooh, you dickhead. Myself and ChatGPT picked the Eagles. Eagles fight. The eagle fights dirty, bites, and throws a chair emotionally to win the fight.
And the fans also throw batteries at people.
Eagle mascot is absolutely unhinged and already banned from 3 bars. The commander shows up expecting rules, structure, and maybe a chain of command.
You should have had ChatGPT make an eagle fight a clitoris. My money's on the eagle. Sorry,
I don't
ladies.
know. And then the next one we have is the Minnesota Vikings versus the New York Giants.
Wow. ChatGPT is going to really create a tale with this one, a Viking versus a giant. Huh. Well, I'm going to take the Vikings.
All 3 of us are taking the Vikings.
Oh, wow. Imagine if the Giants win and Geoff has to lose a point because ChatGPT picked for him.
These goddamn motherfuckers.
Bar fight logic. Viking arrives with braids, fur, and unresolved rage from 1,000 winters. Giant is big, yes, but confused by modern plumbing and neon signs. Viking headbutts first. Giant falls into the pool table.
These goddamn motherfuckers. I've sprayed my shower head on my ass.
Then your Kansas City Queefs, who Patrick Mahomes is out for the rest of the year with an ACL tear after yesterday's games, versus the Tennessee Titans.
I think I saw a video of that on social media. How long does it take to recover from tearing your ACL? Is that like a year or less?
He could be ready for the start of next year.
Ooh, so that's like he might play next year type of situation?
He will play next year, but it might not be until October.
Man, the NFL is going to have that guy fucking butt-chugging stem cells.
Yeah, they're going to take all the HGH you want. We're not going to test you for a while.
I wonder like if his wife is already in the NFL offices just like screaming at people. She's the one that seems like super fun to hang out with, right?
Oh yeah. She seems like a gem.
Oh, that sucks. But, at least he has being a gazillionaire to fall back on. Is that one of those things, sports injuries are quite foreign to me. That'll agitate, for the rest of his life, right? I mean, that could...
No?
No. Is his knee now weaker because of it once it heals? Like, is he more prone to injury going forward?
Theoretically, he should not be.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
As a fellow member of the ACL replacement club.
And you also play for the Kansas City Queefs.
Yep. No. The way, I don't know, there's a couple ways they do the surgery. The way that they did mine when I had it done 20 years ago.
Yikes.
They trisected my patella tendon.
What the fuck's a potato tendon?
So the tendon that goes over and holds your kneecap on.
So did your kneecap fall off?
No. So they cut it.
All right, go get a knee. Draven, get in here. Bring your knee. And a butter knife.
So this is a really bad drawing.
Oh, sweet. We're getting a shuddy drawing. This is a good one to watch on YouTube, folks.
It looks like a vagina, and that's not at all what I was trying to draw. But so the patella, this is the tendon that goes over your kneecap.
Oh, that does look like a vagina or a maxi pad.
Sits behind that, and this tendon holds it into place. So when they did my ACL reconstruction, they cut a piece of the bone off where the tendon attaches to the femur, then cut a slice out of it, and cut a piece of bone off from the tibia. So it was like a bone with a little sliver of tendon. Yeah. And then on the inside of my knee, they drilled a hole in the tibia, a hole in the femur, and put those bone plugs with that tendon in there.
Whoa.
And then there were pins to hold those bone. What was the word that I just used? The bone plugs in place until the bone healed around it like a broken bone.
Man, and that was 20 years ago without NFL doctors. So add 20 years of medical advancements.
And I know
maybe.
that sometimes they use cadaver tendons.
I would maybe be like, can you stay away from the corpses, please? I don't want fucking
In
corpse meat in me.
theory, it should be once it heals completely, and if he rehabs it right, it should theoretically be stronger than. Now, injuries like Daniel Jones, where you pop the Achilles tendon, I feel that is a much longer turnaround time.
Oh, I guess what I'm asking is that are there specific ass doctors?
Is that the gentleman who kicked the floor instead of the football?
No, that is Youngwei Koo.
Did he sustain any injuries from kicking the floor?
Permanent embarrassment.
Because I kicked my couch and hit the
Got
beam
gout.
and got gout. I imagine he kicked the floor a little harder than I kicked my couch.
I don't know. You were in a Call of Duty rage.
That's true. I did have superhuman strength.
It is quite possible you kicked the couch harder than anything's ever been kicked.
It was like one of those things where I wish there could have been, one of those more modern Mortal Kombats where they do that move where the game pauses for a second and zooms in and goes into an X-ray and shows someone's shit getting snapped. Like the second my toe made impact with the support beam in the couch, I would have loved to have seen just fucking accordion, my big toe accordion and claps in on itself. What a fucking... I really am an idiot. How the hell am I still alive? Doesn't make sense. Did we pick them? Or is there
we're
more?
not done yet. No, we're doing we just went off on a tangent. Are you taking the Chiefs or the Queefs or the Titans?
You know what? Now that that dude fucked up his ass, I mean his knee. I picked the Titans. Gesundheit.
Thank you. We're all picking the Titans because a chief is a respected leader, but is trying to de-escalate. A Titan is a literal mythological monster who has never heard of calm down. Bar no longer exists. Titan wins by default.
Wow, these backstories are classic case of overthinking.
And then the final game we're picking is the New England Patriots versus the Baltimore Edgar Allan Poes. I'm taking the Patriots.
Yeah, I am too, because it just made me think about the Mel Gibson movie, The Patriot. And I think that guy would probably beat the fuck out of a bird. And I'm guessing ChatGPT also came up with a similar fictional backstory about their bar fight. Right?
I mean, I'm picking the Patriots.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Because a Patriot would beat up a bird.
No, according to ChatGPT, the bird would win. Because the Patriot would insist this is not how fights were done in 1776. And Raven communicates only through intense staring and sudden violence. Lights flicker, Patriot is missing his hat.
And that ends the fight? His hat is gone?
Yep, according to this. So, just a breakdown. Boots are better than fins. Indoor physics is why the Rams beat the Seahawks. The Eagles win because no rules, just chaos. Vikings win because of historical rage. Titans win because of mythological cheat code. And Ravens win because of goth energy.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Well,
now I can also, it says, if you'd like next, I can tell you which mascots would win in a Waffle House fight at 3 a.m. or a fight at your uncle's at Thanksgiving, or mascots in a legal dispute that somehow turns physical.
so now this AI is just like a fucking pitch bot?
Let's see what legal dispute that somehow turns physical gives us.
What the fuck? I mean, it's going to redo every single lineup? I don't know if we need to do that.
I'm gonna go once it's done. I'm gonna read you the summary, and then if there's anything funny, we can go into that specifically.
Well, in the meantime, we did get a blessing from Geoff. Good news, he's still kicking. The reason Jeff's mom came to town and they had a whole bunch of activities planned is because Bill proposed to his girlfriend, and she said yes. So they are engaged. So shout out
Congrats,
to
Bill and Erica. Sorry.
Yeah. Congrats to them. Mazel tov to the happy couple. And very happy for them.
And we don't need to read any of these because it picked the same teams, just with different reasons.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Like, why would a Waffle House change the fact that...
No, I did in a legal dispute that somehow turns physical.
Yeah, I imagine their backstories aren't changed very much. But there you go. We successfully picked them. All right, everybody. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for your support. We truly appreciate it. And if you need more MSPH in your life, please check out our Patreon. It's even if my content plate is full, but you want to send your homies a Christmas present, sign up for our Patreon. And I think if you sample our content, you will be more than happy with what you get. Now, I don't blow too much smoke up my own ass unless my ass deserves it, and I think we do a fantastic job over there in Patreon land. So, hey, why not try it out for a month? Just see. Call my bluff. See if I'm talking shit. Sample some of the stuff. I think Geoff said he was going to attempt to do a between two flushes to explain his crazy sickness that he's currently battling. So you could see Geoff Scromit on video. There's, Kevin's Nerd Hole, do a video game show where I play retro and new games. Just put out an episode on Metroid Prime 4, which was super fun. And there's a new side-scrolling Terminator game that came out. That episode's going to be dropping in a week or two. Shuddy and Dom cranking out episodes of What the Fuck Did I Just Watch?
Recording a new one next week, doing Harold and Kumar Christmas.
Oh, shit. And, our competition shows where we watch a game show and compete. We are currently in the thick of it on a brand new season. Well, I guess it's not brand new anymore, but Queef or No Queef. And boy, are there some fucking twists and turns happening there. So tons and tons of stuff. Check it out. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Also, baffsnow.com. You can, the Shuddy promo code for free shipping on snowboard wax, and everything they sell is still valid. I just tested it. Pick up some sick wax.
Check it out. And I would love to come off the heels of this distribution news on the second coming of John Cooper by telling you to get a poster, but I'm going out of town, so I can't ship any until the new year. So I got to put the shop on vacation mode. But when I get back, good time to buy one.
Yep. Before it hits big and they become collector's items, get those Valentine's Day John Cooper poster orders in at the start of the new year so you can get one for your loved one.
Yeah,
all of your loved ones.
Nothing says let's go to the Bone Zone like a signed movie poster. But you can also check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeffro Records. And at MSPH Podcast. And good time to follow at John Cooper Movie. I've been sitting on all this stuff that I've wanted to post, but there's some behind-the-scenes stuff that's really funny, but it spoils jokes. So once the movie is available and people have watched it, I can return to being way more active on there and just start slowly posting this treasure trove of behind-the-scenes stuff that I've gotten. I've posted most of the stuff that is non-spoilery, but I'm going to do some digging and try to get that account active again. And then, of course, once it's out, hit you with some fun stuff that would spoil jokes that I don't want spoiled via Instagram. But check it out, at John Cooper Movie. And that's about it, friends. Thank you all so much for listening, and until next time,
Something.